This most recent video from Mr. Beast has got to be the most emotional and enjoyable video I have seen him make yet. So let's get on this roller coaster and talk about all the highs and all the lows. So Mr. Beast gathered 100 players, all ranging from the ages of 1 all the way to 100. The games that they're going to play are basically a bunch of decision-based games deciding who gets eliminated and who stays for the prize of $250,000. Each contestant gets in a glass cube and is eliminated if they walk out. Not surprisingly, all the younger contestants walked out not knowing what the heck was going on. And sadly, a lot of the older folk couldn't hang either and started to walk out themselves too. And on to Mr. Beast's first challenge. So the group has 10 minutes to eliminate 10 people. If not, Mr. Beast is going to eliminate 25 people at random.
Throw 10 minutes on the board. In the next 10 minutes, I need 10 of you to leave.
Literally can't.
And ultimately, it is your responsibility as a group to convince 10 people to leave their cubes. And if you're not able to accomplish this, we're going to randomly eliminate 25 of you.
They basically have to decide amongst themselves who stays and who goes. Everyone immediately starts whining and yelling at each other. It's utter chaos. Contestant 17 is a savage though.
If you're past retirement age, you gotta go. If you are not above the age of 12, you gotta go.
She gotta go. Player 7 convinces 6 to leave with the promise of Robux. Hey, if it's for some Robux.
Are you gonna get out? I'll buy you Robux, I promise. We have one! We have one!
To absolutely no one's surprise, they couldn't eliminate the 10, and so Mr. Beast starts eliminating them one by one. The way that he does it is this ping pong ball machine that has them all floating around, and then they grab one from the inside with the number on it. All right, time to salute our fallen players. You're gone. You're eliminated. You will be missed. You will be missed. You're gone. After everyone got eliminated, Mr. Beast gave them some downtime before the next challenge. And some people walked out anyway. You're telling me 25 people got eliminated and you just decide to leave like that? You couldn't have decided that before?
Of its own.
Hey, if you don't want to spend the night, all you got to do is just step out of this queue.
That's what I'm gonna do.
So now moving forward, every time a challenge is about to happen, Mr. Beast is gonna give them a chance. What they have to do is unanimously vote for one person to receive the money, which we know is never going to happen. So for the next challenge, each row has to select one captain to represent them. The chosen's captain are 14, 30, 42, 64, and 100. Now this is where the challenge starts to get a little cutthroat. Like I literally yelled in shock at what happened next. So Mr. Beast is going to put up a prize offer to each captain. The captains have a choice of stepping out of their box to receive that prize. But if they do that, they eliminate everyone in their row and those people get nothing. So it starts off pretty modest, just $1,000. Every captain stays strong, not budging at all. But it doesn't take long for it to escalate to $5,000 and then $10,000.
Our next offer is $10,000.
Don't do it!
Number 14 stays strong and he drops a banger line.
10 grand isn't worth hurting these people. I like them a lot more than 10 grand.
Then Mr. Beast hits $20,000. And number 30 is sweating. Now we hit $50,000 and number 42 and 30 are looking pretty tense.
We're now at $50,000. At this point, all the captains have been holding strong. But it was clear once we had $50,000 on the line, some of the captains were having a harder time than others.
And finally, Mr. Beast gets to $100,000, offering it to each captain. Everyone is super tense, riled up, shouting at their captains, "Don't do it! Don't take it! Please don't take it!"
Don't move!
Don't you dare!
And 30 drops the bag. Well, for his team. He collected the bag. Not his team, though.
I'm doing it. I'm sorry.
Are you serious? 30! What the heck?
It's honestly kind of hard to be mad at 30. I mean, everyone in that room is a stranger, but he has a wife and a newborn kid that he needs to think about.
Thinking like that sets my kid up for a long, long time.
This one clip doesn't help, though.
This line right here, this is the line that's going to make it all the way to the end.
Ooh, that didn't age well. But anyway, let's take a look at the 40-year-olds. They make an alliance.
Because of how much betrayal has been shown so far in this video, the 40s made an alliance to try to keep any of them from getting out, no matter what.
On to the next challenge. Okay, stay with me on this one. Mr. Beast has a spinning wheel. When he spins the wheel, the first person that it lands on is not eliminated, but rather that person becomes a judge. The wheel is then spinned again and lands on another number. That judge has to decide whether or not to eliminate the number that it lands on. The catch is, if they decide not to eliminate that person, they lose the position of judge and it goes to that person that they decided not to eliminate. If they do choose to eliminate that person, they keep the position of judge and the wheel is spinned again. This process continues until 16 players are eliminated. So let's take a look at what happens first and I'll walk you through it. So the number lands on 67. 67 becomes a judge now. The wheel is then spun again and now it landed on 55. So now 67, being the judge, has to decide whether or not to eliminate 55. Now when it lands on you for elimination, you have a chance to speak up and voice why it is that you should stay. But for some reason, 55 just gives up.
Before you decide, it's only fair that 55 gets to say his piece.
Thank you, everybody. It's been a great time. Good luck, guys.
You don't want to ask to kindly not be eliminated or anything?
No, because if I was in the same position, I'd do the same thing.
And with that, 67 eliminates him. Now 67 remains the judge and the wheel is spun again. It lands on 47 and unlike 55, 47 actually makes a plea on why they should stay. And the plea works. 67 agrees. Now 47 is the judge and the process continues. But remember that alliance we talked about? The next time the wheel is spun, it lands on 43. And because of the alliance and 47's kind heart, they decide to pass it on to 43 to become the new judge. But is 43 really the judge? For the rest of 43's spins, if you weren't in that alliance, you were basically eliminated. And player 42 made sure of that.
I know it's a hard decision for you, but I'd like to stay.
Oh, that's gonna make me cry.
If you let her stay, she gets control.
57.
I mean, you don't even know 57.
65.
Oh, that's mean.
Like, honestly, no shade to 43. I would have done the same. But bro, 42 has zero sympathy.
That's a big one. This means a lot to Gio. Don't take this decision lightly.
Is that 11?
You are a kind person. And you are kind enough to not eliminate me.
Oh, wow.
Save Gio! Save Gio! Save Gio!
Don't do it. Now's not the time to develop a heart.
Bro, how evil is that? Homie fist pumped in victory at her elimination. But at the end, everyone was shocked at 11's elimination. And after that, it was just one elimination after the other. Eliminated. Eliminated.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Believe it or not, for some reason, the wheel just
Eliminated.
kept missing the 40s alliance.
Eliminated.
52.
You're eliminated.
Eliminated.
Oh my God.
Eliminated. Eventually, it lands on 62, and she doesn't even try to make a case to stay. She does throw some quick shade at 42, though.
Nobody at least try to convince her?
Nope. Bye.
Hey, 62, I just want to let you know, I'm going to miss your snoring.
What'd you say, villain?
So I'm going to miss your snoring.
I know Mad G43. Now I start feeling your pain, but you just cruel.
I miss you already.
Bye, y'all.
Eventually, it lands on 41. The alliance remains strong, and 42 passes it right over. And then the wheel lands on 100, and then the GOAT himself is eliminated. And finally, that's all the eliminations for this challenge. Can we take a breath after that? Like and subscribe. On to the next one. So now Mr. Beast is going to pull out a second bundle of $250,000. He covers all the cubes to make communication difficult and then sets a timer for 10 minutes. While the 10-minute timer is going, each player can decide whether or not they want to walk out of their cube. If they are the only one that walked out at the end of the 10 minutes, they get to keep the $250,000. But if someone else walked out, then everyone who walked out gets eliminated and no one gets the money. Now 42 has some regrets for not taking the $100,000 earlier, so they're pretty ambitious on getting the money this time. He starts yelling it loud and clear, "I'm walking out. I'm just letting you guys know, I'm walking out."
I literally missed out on $100,000 today. This time, I'm gonna go exactly what I came here for. Just letting you know, I will be stepping out. So if you want to join me, then we can be losers together.
Some of the players talk it out amongst themselves, and they were kind of on the edge of whether or not they wanted to walk out. Ultimately, they decided not to. So the timer is right about to hit 0. 42 walks out of his cube, strong, confident, and he's ready to receive his money until number 58 walks out of his cube and takes the L, dragging 42 down with him. 42 is mad salty, but 58 could not care less.
I made my voice very loud and clear, and you knew what was going to happen, so you basically said, money, I don't like you. I made it very, very, very loud and clear with my voice, telling everyone, listen, there's only one winner here. It seemed to have worked until the last 2 seconds.
Sorry, 2 seconds count. Decision was made before the clock started.
It looks like...
So the next challenge is a variation of Deal or No Deal, and Howie Mandel makes a guest appearance.
He brought out the face of the show himself, Howie Mandel.
So the way that the game works is that half of the briefcases say eliminated while the other half say safe. The player has to pick a briefcase and secretly look at the answer without telling anyone. The next player after them can choose to steal their briefcase or pick up a new one. If they choose to pick up a new briefcase, then the player before them keeps the briefcase that they picked initially and is either safe or eliminated. So let's look at the first player as an example. So 14 goes and picks a briefcase. The one that they picked happens to say safe. The following player, 41, has the option to steal 14's briefcase or pick a new one. 41 takes the time to ask 14 what they got in their case. And 14, having the honor and integrity that he does, decides to tell the truth and says, I have safe. 41 decides to take the briefcase with no hesitation.
It says safe.
I'll steal it from you.
And she opens it, and now she's safe. Number 14 picks a new briefcase, and now number 43 has to decide whether or not they want to take the briefcase from 14. Number 14 insists that it wasn't safe, and 43 decides not to pick it, locking 14 with that briefcase. So 14 is stuck with his briefcase, and he opens it, and Mac's reaction accurately expresses what everyone was feeling.
All right.
Eliminated.
14 remains a king, though. Listen to what he said.
So I wanted to be honest, and I was, and I got eliminated. I feel like what I did was the right thing.
Now the pressure is on the alliance of the 40s. They have to be honest and risk elimination, or lie through their teeth so they have a chance to win. The first few were actually honest, and were taking L's left and right. Dang, that alliance is strong. Eventually we get to 45, who is another integrity champ, and they honestly tell 47 that the briefcase is safe. 47 decides to take the briefcase. I would do the same. And 45 was telling the truth. 47 is now safe. 45 picks up a new briefcase, and this one says eliminated. 45 is honest with 48, and 48 decides not to take it. 45 is now eliminated. That alliance is strong! Okay, but now we're out of the alliance. 48 picks up a briefcase, and now 51 needs to decide whether or not they want to take it. 48 hits him with that one-liner.
Are you honest, 48? I've always been honest with you, 5-1. You know that.
And 48 tells him that it says eliminated. 51 takes the bait and decides to go for another briefcase. 48 keeps his, and boom, it says safe. Finally, someone's playing this game right. Guys, it's $250,000 on the line. Get it together. But then 51 decides to continue the integrity train. And honestly, it's pretty wholesome as heck. 54 decides to hold on to that spirit of integrity and continues to be honest. But hold on, curveball. Even though her case says eliminated, 59 decides to take her case.
Steal. All right.
Even though she said it has eliminate, you're gonna steal it?
That is what I said, yes. Steal.
He's jumping on a grenade for her.
Do you believe her? I do. I want the best for her. I mean, I'll see my grandchildren. Oh my gosh.
Wow. That might be the most selfless thing I've ever witnessed in my life.
I feel like I'm gonna trip over this thing.
You gave me the easiest choice I have made.
Bro, why is this so emotional? 59 is an absolute king. Listen to what he says.
You have a chance to give something, give that to that person. And I did win. I met Howie Mandel.
And when faced
Man, what a beautiful thing he did to give her another chance.
with yet another elimination case, once again, she chose to tell the truth.
I'm just going to tell you that it says eliminated.
No, I'm not going to steal it.
Ooh, the cringe. Anyway, we get to the end and then 96 pulls a fast one on 67.
It's a countdown. 3, 2, 1.
You're staying. We're staying.
The 96-year-old lied.
I'm alive and kicking.
And with all that done, we have 9 players left and they finally get a night's rest. The next day, we see a pretty strong alliance between 47 and 48. Best friends until the end. For this next challenge, each player is going to tell a story of why it is that they deserve the money. After everyone tells their stories, everyone does a majority vote to eliminate someone. As everyone is telling their stories, you get a little bit of deja vu looking at 48 and 47.
So unfair to say, well, your charity's not as important as this or that. It doesn't seem fair. One at a time for who's not moving on.
Okay.
Okay, let's start with the obvious.
Is anyone else getting 42 and 43 vibes?
If you let her stay, she gets control. I don't even know 57. Is that 11?
So elimination starts and 48 is coaxing everyone to eliminate who he says. Dude is like throwing up gang signs.
On 61.
After hearing...
The top G himself, 96, eventually gets eliminated.
Whoa, 96-year-old.
Good luck, and I thank everybody. I'm happy I was on the show.
The final vote coming.
And the last vote was insane. Mr. Beast hits him with a savage move and says, say your vote out loud.
Tell me what number you voted for. Who did you vote for?
I voted for 72.
1 vote for 72.
The last vote was pretty close between 72 and 41, but ultimately 72 doesn't make it.
72? Let's do it now.
I voted for 72.
That means 72 received a majority of votes. I'm sorry, you are eliminated.
On to the final challenge. Mr. Beast continues the savagery. He puts the remaining players in one cube and makes them decide amongst themselves who walks away with the money. They have 1 hour to decide, or all the money gets burned up with flamethrowers.
You'll notice Mac and Tariq are holding flamethrowers, and they will not hesitate to engulf this money in flames if that timer hits 0. Time is ticking.
They're trying to talk it out, but of course, no one is just going to give up the money. They go back and forth, but time is running out.
If she tells you her story, that money's gonna burn.
But my story is me. My story is my life.
I have struggles. She has struggles.
I have struggles.
So do we not want to share?
At one point, 41 starts to break from the pressure and contemplates leaving. Player 47 comes alongside and then starts to encourage her. 56, on the other hand, says, well, maybe she should leave if she can't handle it. And then they get into a little kerfuffle.
I can't breathe. I just rather walk out. No. You deserve to be here just as any of us.
If you're not strong enough to sit there and say that I can stay, I don't see how you can vote somebody out.
This isn't a fight, okay? This is life.
It is life.
Do I want to pick you out? No, I don't want to.
You're not the one that can't handle it and wants to walk out.
But I'm not gonna let her walk, and that's it.
And then 48 comes up with the idea of something called rank choice voting. Basically, everyone makes a ranked list of who they believe deserves the money from 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. Whoever is consistently at the top of the list in all of their lists would win. Everyone was at the bottom except for 47 and 48.
47 and 48, who have had the strongest alliance in this whole video since the very first day.
And as the suspense builds, 48 admits that he was 2nd place, and 47 wins the whole challenge.
47 is our winner.
That's crazy. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
Congratulations, 47. You struggled to eliminate other players, you built the strongest alliance, and even until the very end, you fought for those around you.
I'm not gonna let her walk.
At the end of it all, integrity, compassion, and honesty won this challenge. Every other contestant that made it to the end got $10,000, which is pretty sweet. Towards the end, there's this beautiful moment where 47 gets to see her family, and they all greet each other with so much love.
You made it, sweetie. I can finally help you, Mom.
I really want to be able to make my own videos like this one day, so please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.